It is time for men in South Africa to stop advocating for their innocence and start making a difference in action. We have a responsibility. A woman is a precious dignitary in the creation of mankind. Her presence secures the establishment of a progressive growth in the planet. In South Africa, her presence is threatened daily by her loved ones. The people who are meant to protect her inhibit her dignity to a ground. Her presence is stamped off to a ground by a man who is supposed to take care of her. Her beauty is toppled over with insecurities broadcasted by his male counterpart, who is supposed to be her legionnaire and knight in shining armor. Why does the crown of our earth has to experience such tragedy over such beauty of a woman? The crown of our earth in South Africa is fragranced by darkness and mourns brutality of patriarchy that threatens the existence of a woman. As a result of such disparity, every 3 hours a woman is killed. Every 24 hours, 8 women are killed. Every 7 days, 224 women are killed. Every year, 2,688 graves are prepared to bury the existence of our women in South Africa. Why does the crown of our earth have to experience such tragedy over the beauty of a woman? We are persecuted by the world for not being able to protect our women. We are told that a woman in South Africa is 5 times higher to experience domestic violence than in any place in the world except a region that is facing a war. Are we at war with women, my male counterparts? What has happened to being the defender of our households and soldiering to protect our families? Why are we persecuted for classifications that are influenced by war terrors? What is it that we are not doing it right? Why does the crown of our earth has to experience such tragedy over the beauty of a woman? It is only in South Africa when a woman is being beaten, we as neighbors respond by claiming that her anguish is not our problem. We abolish our consciousness and sleep peaceful when her tears fall off the ground and the earth only comforts her by drying her tears. Why does the crown of our earth has to experience such tragedy over beauty of a woman? What has happened in her household? Ria is shot in toilet and is being mistaken to be a criminal. If our women are not safe in the toilet, that is in the interior of our homes, how dangerous are the possibilities they face when they step outside of their home premises? Why does the crown of our earth has to experience such tragedy over the beauty of a woman? Daughters are raped by their fathers and security is threatened and cornered to keep demarcation of silence and resilience of what they face. Uncles terrorize their nieces and play antagonist roles in our families by unending forms of abuse. Women are treated to stay afloat in submission, or else they face the insubordination of economic sanction. Her dignity is tangled by babies as a trap, and in her act to defy her role to not submit to patriarchal structure, her lover does not uphold the provision of maintaining her and the children. She attempts to go to her native family parents for protection. However, she is told to go back to the marriage and endure hardships compressed by patriarchy. Her own parents tell her that she cannot embarrass them to the community by coming to them each time the marriage faces a challenge. It is only in South Africa that a woman is told by her parents to go and face abuse, for they cannot pay lobola back, and it is part of a culture for male dominance to be normative. It is only in South Africa where parents bury their daughters alive in coffins and cry at funeral that domestic violence perpetrators should be jailed. Where were you leading her when she came in anguish, seeking shelter and protection? You led her into the lion's den and you cry for state justice. Where were you people when she was seeking an arm of justice in your sanctuary? Her body was treated as a property by an exchange of a transaction of a monetary value for a worth. She is now silent in the grave. Why does the crown of our earth has to experience such tragedy over the beauty of our women? As a young man growing in the society, foundations to respect and restore the dignity of our women has to be in action. I live by regrets for having lived by incidents that happened when I was only 7 by age. It was an hour after sunset when my sister was held as a hostage, during which atrocious acts of violence were infringed upon her body. To my regrettable immaturity and limited knowledge of my minority in infantry, I handed her over to a perpetrator who spoke in a sweet, innocent voice by an exchange of 5 rand, in which he informed me to head home. My sister in silence attempting to signal me with non-vocal gestures, but to my maturity, I left her desolate into the lions then. I apologized to River Stenkamp, Rianem Hojana, Nabi Sam Quantela, Naledi Panindao, Lindela Baby, Altertia Gorki, and I also recognize every woman who has suffered the consequence of gender-based violence, whether still breathing or in death. I apologize on behalf of every man, for we have failed to protect our women. As a result of such disparity, the ground of our earth seems to earthen the existence of a woman in a grave by the misconduct of patriarchy that subsists women to be lower by status of their gender. My sincere condolences. It is time for men in South Africa to stop advocating for their innocence and start making a difference in action. We have a responsibility. I thank you.